Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you Tekken 8. I have a demo version that I have installed, and I'm going to show you the difference between having it just set the way Windows defaults it to, and then the way if you adjust a setting in the graphics settings, and the performance difference between the two. So we'll go through the first one with just having it set to default, and then I'll change that setting, and then we'll go back to playing again. So let's go into the options first, and I'll show you what the settings are. Alright, so you're going to see full screen, and you'll see 1600p, but there's something to note about this. Games like this one and Persona 3, they don't like the portrait display. So what they do is they go into that locked resolution for 1600p, and what you have to do is render scale that down. And that's the only way to optimize your device so that it's not all stretched out and across the screen and pinched in, so that it actually expands it out, and then you're just rendering down the scale. And that will help to fix things for your games when you have that happen. So you can see that it's low across the board. We've got the FPS turned off because I have FPS right on the top corner here, so you'll see that in green. And then VSync is off, and then we have it render scaled down to 35. Alright, now for the Onexplayer console settings, I have it at 1600p. It'll revert it to 1600p even if you mark it down to 1200, again because of that portrait display. And then I have turbo on because I wanted to see how it would perform with it, and actually did really well with that on. Now for the settings that I have on the inside, I have Intel Turbo Boost turned on, and that's the only other setting that we have changed. Alright, so you can see how it flipped back over just from getting out of the screen, so it has to render scale it back, just again because of the portrait display. So let's get into some gameplay and see what this is like. Alright, something else we're going to change to get a little bit better performance is in the display settings. We're going to go to graphics, and Tekken didn't show up on this list here, so I went to browse, and then I found it in the Steam folder under common, Tekken 8, and then I added the application. And so now that the application is added, what we can do is scroll down right to Tekken 8, and you can see how it says let Windows decide. We're going to change that with the options, and we're going to change it to high performance. And then hit save. We'll close that, go back to the game. Alright, so we're going to bring the render scale up to 50%. Alright, that's going to be it for today, but you can see these are probably the best settings that you can use to try to get closest to that 60 while still having the best looking graphics. So that's at 50% render scale, and again low on everything else. So you can see that there's a big difference between having that graphics setting set to high versus having it set to let my computer decide. And we can tell that again by just looking at the FPS at the top corner here. So you want to make sure that you can turn that on in that display settings under graphics. Make sure you can find your application if it's not there already, and then change it to that high setting, and that's going to help give you that extra boost on your Onexplayer X1 with the Intel CPU. So that's going to be it for today. Thanks everybody for watching. Take care, and until the next one.